And welcome everyone, thank you very much. As I said before, I'll be back today with another video, and I am back today with another video. Alright everyone, if you haven't checked out my other video, check it out. I'll leave the link somewhere up there in that corner. But check it out after this one if you haven't seen it. Quality stories coming out today. I've talked about Matip and all the lads, Bobby, and what they're expecting for next season. Also, the situation with Van Dijk as well. But check that out after this video if you want. And if you're a new subscriber, and thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the family. And for all my current subscribers, alright everyone, hope you're having a boss day. I'm having a boss day because there's loads of Liverpool news, and we all love that, don't we? So yeah, hope you're having a boss day, and we've got a packed show today. Obviously, there's loads of news coming out today. So yeah, I'm going to be talking in this episode specifically, I'm going to be talking about Fabio Borini, where he's off. He's got an amazing move, somehow. I'll be talking about Ryan Sessegnon and his current situation and why he's decided to stay at Fulham. I think personally that's very good for him. Obviously, the forgotten man of Merseyside, the Scouser, John Flanno. So I'll talk a bit about what he's had to say. And obviously, the bid that has been rejected for Shea Ojo. I'll do that at the back end of the show. But it's very much looking like a fantastic up-and-coming season. It's going to kick off, hopefully, when all the players come back from off their holidays. So we'll be seeing a lot more movements. And as soon as that transfer deadline opens, we'll be looking like a very much exciting season. But yeah, to get started, Fabio Borini. Former Liverpool striker Fabio Borini on the verge of a remarkable move to AC Milan. Wow. Like, all the clubs he's played for is absolutely ridiculous. So, it's talked about in the Echo. Having played his part in Sunderland's abject relegation from the Premier League, former Liverpool striker must have feared for his stuttering career. If he had facing the prospects of championship trips to Burton Albion and Millwall, and could have no complaints, having failed miserably to prove himself in England's top flight, which he has. Basically, he's done nothing really at all when he's been given the chance. He's really much failed in England, out and out failed. Yet, remarkably, Borini now stands on the brink of a £5.3 million move to AC Milan. Reports in Italy suggest he's going to have a medical, and yes, the pictures have come out, and that is for certain. He's having his medical at now. So yes, Serie A isn't what it once was, when 7-time champions Europe are no longer one of the contenders heavyweights claiming for the league titles. However, the fact Borini is wanted at San Siro remains baffling, considering the woeful record he's had in recent years. Last season, Borini just scored twice in 26 appearances for rock-bottom Sunderland, having bagged 5 and 27 for them in the previous year following his £10 million move from Anfield. Obviously, he was signed by Brendan Rodgers. He was Rodgers' first signing back in 2012. Like, as I read the quote, what Brendan Rodgers said back then: Fabio is a big talent. He scores goals. Lol. And his passion, focus and concentration is very important part of his game. I think the supporters will love him. Rodgers said after the deal was wrapped up, he is arguably the best physical player I've worked with in terms of his pace, power and fitness. Mentally, he is very strong. Borini departed having netted only 3 times in 38 appearances for Liverpool Football Club. The strikers now... Listen to these teams he's played for. The striker who's never reached double figures over the season in terms of league goals now has Chelsea, Roma, Liverpool and seemingly Milan on his CV. Shout out to his agent. He must have one of the best agents in Europe. Imagine you're playing for all them teams or living in one of those cities. Wow, that is... He's had decent trips around Europe. I'll tell you that, not now. All the best, Fabio. I hope you kickstart your career in Milan. I really do, but it just did not work at all for him at Liverpool and even at Sunderland. He should have really been given what Rodgers bigged him up there when he signed him. He should be getting more goals than he actually is. Obviously, he plays out wide and he really wasn't played, and he was frozen out later on in his Liverpool career by Brendan. So, it remains to be seen. So, all the best, Fabio, lads. So yeah, Liverpool target Sessegnon explains why he wanted to stay at Fulham. Liverpool target Ryan Sessegnon has explained why he turned his back on a big move to Premier League and committed his future to Fulham. The 17-year-old left-back signed his first professional contract with Championship outfit, leaving him at Craven Cottage till 2020. Obviously, Liverpool and Tottenham were in for him, but for me personally, I'm made up. Even though he's not a Liverpool player, he's an England international, and he's young, and he's only 17. These players that are young and at his age, they need to be staying at the clubs and developing. That's the thing that really frustrates me. I don't know if it frustrates you, so let me know. Like, players that move and, like, they're not getting enough game time, especially when he's at Fulham and he's getting plenty of game time under his belt. Just stay there, Ryan, lad, because he's got a very big future if you can carry on developing. So hopefully, fingers crossed, he could potentially come back into the Premier League. It's not to say we might not put a bid in, or Tottenham might not put a bid in the next couple of years, but that ties him down to Fulham. Obviously, if they were to sell him this season, they've got a lot more leeway, because obviously he didn't have that long on his contract to run out. So the 17-year-old has signed, so he signed Klopp's side a strong. Oh, I'm reading off the. Liverpool dropped out of the race to sign Sessegnon early this month after being informed that the teenager's performance was to remain. His preference was to remain in the capital. The youngster, who clocked up 30 senior appearances during the 2016-2017 season, has been expected to sign for Tottenham, but decided to stay at the Cottages as a guaranteed starter. He'd rather prefer his development. Sessegnon was quoted on Fulham TV. I'm excited to see what it's in front of me for this club. Hopefully we can all push on now. Last year I got a lot of opportunities from the gaffer, and I just want to continue that. And the manager obviously said, Jovanovic, the Fulham boss, he's quoted as saying, I'm pleased for that Ryan's performances have been rewarded with a first professional contract. For the work he's done this season, it's very much fully deserved, and hopefully he's a very experienced player given his age, and he's only going to improve. So that is fantastic. Obviously, all the best to you, Ryan, lads. Hopefully we could potentially maybe buy him in next season, or when he's got another year under his belt, and hopefully he can gain promotion for him. So yeah, all the best, lads. So that remains to be seen. Right, Emre Can, as I said, I mentioned to bring to you on my last episode. Emre Can praises Liverpool for his development in his game. Emre Can says his development at Liverpool has enabled him to shine on the international stage. The Reds midfielder has played a key part in Germany's progress into the semi-finals in the Confederations Cup. He was quoted as saying last season, Liverpool have helped me a lot, Can said. I've learnt a lot in my 3 years there. I'm a lot tougher in the tackle now. I've developed as a person whilst in England. Can obviously set his sights on Joachim Löw's new look German side as they prepare for Thursday's tie in the Confederations Cup. Obviously they're against Mexico in Sochi, so check that out tonight if you're looking for some footy matches to watch Emre. All the best. I wish him all the best in New York. So he goes on to say, given that we've only spent 2 weeks together, lots of things are going very well. Everyone wants to improve themselves. We're a young, hungry team. For me, it's a chance to show what I can do on the big stage wearing the German shirt. I think the past 2 games which I've started went well. I'm one of the more experienced players here. I want to help the boys, inspire the team, and but above all, put in a good performance. We're in the semi-finals and have a big chance of reaching the final, but Mexico are a tricky opponent. And they have a lot of agile, technical gifted players, and it will be anything to put easy against them. He's only right. All the best, Emre, lad. So yeah, he talks about his development there. Let me know, like, how much out of 10, like as I said with Bobby and all the lads in the last video, like compared to like Matip. I said, right, give Emre Can, all of yous, if you can, give him out of 10 how you feel that he's played this season. For me, I hope he signs that contract, as I've mentioned a couple of weeks times this week. Just sign that contract, get him nailed down, and he is going to be very much a big part in this Liverpool Football Club in our midfield in the coming years if we can sign him down. And for me, he potentially could be a future Liverpool captain. He's got the strength, presence on the pitch, and I'm very sure, given the experience in the German national team, he's only going to get better and better, and he become a very big figure in this German team, and hopefully in a couple more years in the future, he will be a stonewall starter. So yeah, John Flanagan, this is a lad that went missing, as I mentioned. I wish he never actually got injured all that time ago. For me, he's a local lad, local scouser, and as much as we all do, us scousers and Oilers, really, it's good to see any homegrown players coming through to your first team. There's nothing better. Jamie Carragher and Stevie G were the last couple of players to actually make a real impact into the team. And obviously, Flanno, back in when we were challenging for the league, he was playing left back and right back. He's very much adept to actually playing left back and right back. But he's been in his rehabilitation. Obviously, he talks about in the Echo. Liverpool forgotten man John Flanagan determined to make his mark in pre-season. The previous summer break is usually a fine time for footballers to chill out, but not for John Flanagan, and his body, as he says, has done far too much resting. A year loan at Borni last season. Obviously, he was out there on loan last season. Last season did not deliver the revival of the 24-year-olds that he'd run from Turf Moor. So obviously he suffered a serious knee injury, and it took him out for ages, didn't he? But with Burnley, his experienced left back, I love the ability of him playing left back and right back. So I really do hope John gets not back injured, but he comes back fighting fit, because there's nothing more that we want as a football club and supporters is to see John Flanagan fit and ready for action. Obviously, he was quoted back in March to the Echo. I want to go back fighting fit and prove myself. I've got a great starting point in order to do so with how good I feel physically. There's a lot of competition, but I know that was the case before when I was playing regularly for Liverpool. I want to get back to that. Can Flanagan impress Jurgen Klopp enough to earn himself a squad slot? Let me know what you reckon about John Flanagan. Where do you think he'd be able to fit in? Do you want him to come back and challenge, especially when we're quite weak in the left back position? Could he possibly be the left back that we've been wanting and been craving? Obviously, he was the Scouts Cafu, as everyone liked to say when he was playing, and that goal against Tottenham when he he got a bit too happy, as everybody said. Obviously, against Tottenham, you just know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I really hope he comes back and he delivers and gets back fighting fit, because there's nothing more than, for me personally, being a Scouser, I want John Flanagan to be in that team and commanding the position week in, week out. We all remember that time when he literally poleaxed Carragher in the air and he knocked Carragher out quite clean, and he was walking around the pitch like going, oh, oopsie-daisy. But yeah, all the best, Flanno lads. Hopefully see you soon, back in training very much soon. I'll leave the story down below, so check that out. Obviously, Shea Ojo for the final story. Obviously, I brought to you a couple of weeks ago that Newcastle were looking at monitoring him, and Liverpool reject loan bid for Shea Ojo, as reports. Former Liverpool boss Rafa Benitez has been turned down by the Reds in a bid to take Shea Ojo on loan to St James's Park. Obviously, Rafa being the manager at Newcastle this season, I'll probably use his links with Liverpool to try and get a couple of players. According to the Sunderland Echo, says the 20-year-old won't be leaving Anfield this summer. Ojo only played twice last season for the Reds, both times against Plymouth in the third rounds in the FA Cup, and he fell out of favour after a poor run of form. While the likes of Olivier Ejaria and Ben Woodburn forced their way into the reckoning to make cameos in the Premier League, Ojo was left to watch from the sidelines. Clearly, Klopp hasn't lost faith in the youngster, though he has turned down a loan approach, which will surely give Ojo a boost as he prepares the pre-season training, where he, along with the others club's youngsters, hopefully will attempt to catch Jurgen Klopp's eyes. I really hope we keep him. Personally, I think he's better off developing under the tenure of Jurgen Klopp. Yeah, he didn't get, obviously I mentioned, he's only got a few appearances last season, but I think the amount of cup competitions we've got this season coming up, especially European games, the younger lads will have a lot more opportunities to prove themselves, and with Jurgen at the helm, they've got one of the best managers that could be managers for like you as a young player, and they're getting the guidance off him. So yeah, that's it. I hope, as I mentioned, we really do keep him. But yeah, let me know on all these players what you think and for the upcoming season. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully having a boss day, and I will be bringing out, is it the Mignolet one. As I mentioned, if you haven't checked out me Karius and Ward review, that's like, I done that 2 days ago. Check that out. I'm going to be doing player reviews and squad reviews and we can all rate them out of 10. So let me know what you think about that. But yeah, have a good day anyway, everyone, and I'll see you very soon. All the best. Up to Reds.